SoundCloud.
I see it. I'm just giving you a hard time, fam. All right, here we go. Just keep yourself muted while I'm listening to the track, if you could.
All right.
Okay.
It's Ruck. We got the ball now. It's game 7. Right here's the comeback. This time I'ma run rap. Only thing y'all young boys wanna do, homie, I done done that. World star back in '09. Y'all rappers, y'all don't grind. Not gonna pass up this opportunity from the Lord. It's go time. Time to show 'em who the strongest. Step back, lose your daunches. Difference is I'm a veteran, and I'm better than I ever been. Y'all thought it was dead. Came back, resurrection. Had to pick it up where I stopped that, homie, just like I never left it. Got a couple naysayers, they fans, fake haters. This morning make paper, make the Lord their savior. Back like Jordan with the 4-5. Difference is I'm more fly. This more than a 3-peat. Christ team, no defeat. Even better than Phil Jackson. This here the real action. Never catch Will slapping. Through Christ it will happen. That's who I represent. That's who I call king. Everything's been heaven sent. Through him I do all things. Team major just deep skills. Dream chasing like meat meal. No cheap thrills, my life fulfilled. When you see me, see Christ and will. I was blessed with the nicest skills. Everything that I write is ill. Man, this just the intro. Hitting harder than Kimbo. Every beat I got sliced it up. None of them is as nice as rough. Now I'm out on a different level. I made it flee when I resisted the devil. First time it was God's will. Now I'm really about to thrill again. Here is the new album. I welcome y'all to Will to Win.
All right, yo. So I like a couple elements. I like your voice. I think you got a very strong rapper voice. You got a really strong. There's something there. It seems like you've been through some stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got a story. So that's
Appreciate
dope.
that.
I like your name, Will Ruck. That's a hard name. I like the
Thank
sample
you.
a lot. I think that sample was very nostalgic. There's a lot of good things about it. Here's some stuff I don't like. Did you read those lyrics?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to stop reading. That sounds like a demo of something that you would go back in and then re-record from memory or punch it 4 bars at a time. Really pour yourself in it to up that quality performance of it. Because when you're reading, there's a detachment happening, right? When you're reading, you're going from your mind to the paper because you kind of remember it, from the paper to the mind, and then you're trying to execute it. But when you're just going with it, right? You going straight from your head to the mic. This is why some of the greatest rappers, the Biggies, the Jay-Z's, the Lil Waynes, they didn't write anything down because they eliminated the writing, reading. They would just go, right, and they punch a couple bars at a time. So I would say memorize the raps, right? At least 4 bars at a time. Punch them, really own them. I would be recording yourself too. I like the ad-libs. I like how you had some of the ad-libs. I thought that was cool. And I would also say mix up the cadences. The cadences were like very like 2016 and beyond, like very like 2 Chainz cadences. So it gave it kind of a dated vibe. I cut your girl, sent her back. 9 months later, send me like 2 Chainz. Like it's like a very like kind of like I've heard the cadence before. So I would say switch up the cadences and try to attack the beat in your own way. You know what I'm saying? Finding your own pockets. What I do, and you could go on Patreon and you could watch some of my recording sessions. So what I do is I literally play the beat and I try to find the most unpredictable cadence and I mumble first. So I just do like these like 4 bars of mumbles and then I'll go in and fill in the actual lyrics. You know what I'm saying? And so try that. Do you record yourself or do you go to a studio?
No, I go to a studio.
Okay, so it's kind of tough when you're going to a studio because you kind of feel like you're on the clock. You feel like you ain't got a lot of time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you can get to a place of saving up, getting your own setup, they'll give you a ton of freedom. And I encourage every rapper to do that, especially now. It's not very expensive. But try cadence, mumble cadence. Then go back and say, okay, let me fill this in and see if you like the cadence. Because the cadence and the melody and the rhythm is a lot of times that's the packaging the song is going to be received in. That's more important than the necessary words. You're on some like, you got something to say, but again, you got to make sure that it's packaged in a way that like the ear can receive it. And and I think with this hook, like again, this is an intro track, right? So I wish I would have had a hook on it. Like again, Nas, Jay-Z, like some of the strongest hooks were on their records, and they would have these little phrases, simple phrases that pay. You know what I mean? And so I like it though, man. I think there's something there with you, like that. Your voice is probably your strongest asset. Your voice and your story. So now you just got to figure out like how do you package it in a way that is relevant and engaging. And again, we're looking for replay value, right? Like, would I come back to this? I don't know if I would. I probably wouldn't, if I'm completely honest with you. But can you create music that I will want to come back to? Absolutely. Based on your story. The moment I heard the thing drop, this was like, okay, this reminds me of like nostalgic late 90s, early 2000s feel, like the feel of it, your voice, the way it made me, like reminded me of something like Locks, DMX, you know what I'm saying? But you got to still package it in a modern day context. You know what I mean?
Yep. Appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, man. But I would be going back, like in terms of intros, go back, listen to a lot of them Jay-Z, DMX, Nas intros, and then incorporate pieces from modern elements in terms of the attacking the beat different from the cadences, especially these types of beats, because these beats can be a little awkward to find interesting cadences. You know what I'm saying? And not revert back to like the same cadence everybody's using right now.
All right.
So good stuff, man. Try to hop in a Zoom call on Sunday, man, so we could chop it up some more. I'd love to hear more of your story, brother.
All right, that's a bet. We'll do.
All right, man. Appreciate you, fam.